Hello. Oh, I don't know if this is pointing at me quite properly, but yeah, it'll have to do. Okay, the nature of reality. This is going to be the most difficult video I have ever tried to make. I hope it works. What do I mean when I'm talking about the nature of reality? Let me start at the start, and I hope I can be coherent. About 20 years ago, I got interested in theology, psychology, parapsychology, philosophy. Read a whole load of weird crap, really. Stuff on religion, on telekinesis, viewing at a distance, I can't remember what they call that. All the, ghosts and all the stuff that's not meant to happen, but that some people report as happening. Not saying I believe any of that, I found it interesting, so I read a lot about it. And I suppose I became interested in the whole question. I mean, everyone asks it, and most people just, well, they either give up bothering to answer it, or they just turn to religion, which I'll talk about that later. Why are we here? What's it all about? You know, life, the universe, and everything. I got interested in all of this, so I read a lot about it, all kinds of stuff, masses of books. Can't even remember most of them, what they're called. One that does come to mind was a book called Dialogues Between Scientists and Sages. Can't remember a lot about it except being incredibly impressed. Now, most of what I read, I just thought, that's claptrap, that's rubbish, rejected it, threw it out the window, thought, a bunch of crackpots. And it's very possible that you might, at the end of this, look at me and think, he's a crackpot. But anyway, none of what I will describe is new thinking. I'm by no means consider myself to be a genius of any kind who has suddenly found the answer to, like, life, the universe, and everything, blah blah blah. All I've done is taken a whole load of ideas that have already been spoken about elsewhere, you know, other people's ideas, put them all together in a way that works for me, and that is all it is. And it's not a belief. It's not my own personal religion. I have no faith in this. It is just a theory, an idea about how reality works, that in some logical way works for me. May not work for anyone else. That doesn't matter. I just feel like sharing it, and maybe some people will think, hey, that's cool. Maybe some will think he's nuts. I mean, there is an aspect of it. I watched The Matrix and was thrilled that some of the ideas that were put forward in that were ideas that I think are very interesting, possibly relating to how reality works. And I was thrilled that these ideas were being popularized. But then it dawned on me, and I became really pissed off, that it's now impossible to talk about these ideas as being legitimate. Anyone listening will just say, oh, you've just been watching The Matrix, that's science fiction, that's crap, you know, get a clue. And that pisses me off greatly, because they didn't come up with these ideas. You know, the Wachowski brothers, these were not their ideas. Some of it obviously was, but the philosophical, theological ideas, the nature of reality type ideas that film was based upon were not theirs. They existed already. I think they come from Eastern philosophy, I'm not sure. But there are some very good ideas, and so some of the things I talk about will seem very familiar to you. And if you're sitting there saying, he's just been watching too much Matrix, no, that's not where I'm getting it from. What else was I going to say? There is an aspect of this. Okay, some of you will probably just look at it and say, don't get it. Some will just look at it and say, you're talking a load of crap, codswallop, rubbish, you know, just you're talking shit. Fine, don't mind. Some will just plain get it and say, yeah, that's really interesting, I hope. But there is another thing. The very nature of what I'm going to talk about, questioning the way reality works, it is actually quite dangerous. If you've got an obsessive personality, if you're prone to obsessive behavior, obsessive thinking, or if you're in any way mentally unstable, don't watch this. And that's serious mental health warning. Do not watch, because it will mess with your head. When I started thinking about all of this stuff 20 odd years ago, I think I took it far too seriously for far too long, and I wound up absolutely certifiable, completely crackers, barking mad. I was just very fortunate that no one noticed, and a very healthy dose of gastroenteritis brought me back down to the reality, if you like, with a big thud. There's nothing like throwing your guts up to make you realise what is real, because that was what I needed. Think about it too much and you will crack up. Don't do it. If you're obsessive, don't watch, please. I don't want to be responsible for you losing your sanity. Yes. This is just the intro, by the way. First video, intro. The rest, I will get into the actual details of it. I am going to turn off the comments on all of these videos until it gets to the last one, because I believe some people may end up coming to these videos halfway through, may miss the point, you know, they'll have missed details and could misconstrue what I'm saying, whatever. So on all of them I will put links back to the first one saying watch them in order. I will probably put them into their own playlist and embed them on my website, so I believe you can watch playlists like from start to finish without having to click for the next one. I think so, we'll see. Yes, but comments will be turned off right up until the last one, so please watch everything before commenting. In fact, you won't be able to comment without watching them all, or something like that. I'm going to upload them all in one go. You will find that out. So if you've just started watching this, the next one will be up very shortly, because by that time they're blah, all recorded, all compressed, all edited, ready to go, just uploading, really. Yes, what was that? Okay, intro over, getting on to the good stuff shortly. I'll have to dump this onto my computer now. Hope my batteries last on this camera.